So some huge breaking transfer news heading into the Premier League return for Tottenham Hotspur. It's a big night tonight because West Ham play Wolves, and by the time you watch this video, Tottenham actually could be in the bottom three. I can't believe I'm even saying that as a concept. Premier League relegation is still a massive threat for Spurs. Roberto Zerbi has his first game with Spurs on Sunday as I head off on holiday. I'll try and be doing some match reactions, so stay tuned for that. But as I say, a breaking piece of transfer news has just hit the timeline, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to react to it because I think these sort of transfers, if Tottenham stay in the Premier League, are going to be vital for them going forward. I think these are the transfers that Spurs should be looking at, you know, to really make them grow again, make them great again. Sounds like I quoted Donald Trump there. I wasn't trying to do that, indeed. But before we get any further, if you are new to the Saying Talk Spurs YouTube channel and you're just discovering me right here, right now, get down below, leave your likes, subscribe, hit the notification bell because we're on the road to 20,000 subs by the end of the season, hopefully, if Tottenham stay up as well. And also hype the video as well. Get all your comments in. I want to hear what you think of this because David Ornstein, the transfer guru, the transfer all-seeing eye, has tweeted this just 3 minutes ago. Tottenham Hotspur in pole position to sign Andy Robertson this summer, subject to retaining Premier League status. 32-year-old fully focused on Liverpool, so nothing finalised, and also interest from Europe, but Tottenham lead contender to seal deal if relegation is avoided. Obviously, there's a lot of caveats to this. But let's lay some context. Obviously, Robertson announced this week that he will be leaving Liverpool by the time his contract comes to the end in the summer. But Tottenham were in for Andy Robertson, weren't they? About in the January transfer window. They were really keen to sign the Scotsman. There was, you know, maybe was it a pre-contract agreement was going to be signed, or could they have got him in January? Because, you know, the left-back position's been a bit weird for Spurs, isn't it? We've had Jed Spence out there. We've had Destiny Adogi, but he's had a lot of injuries. We got Sousa in, but obviously he's quite raw, the 19-year-old. And Tottenham are lacking a lot of leadership. But we'll get onto that bit shortly. But going back to the January, it was understandable why it didn't happen. Tottenham were in turmoil. Thomas Frank was still the manager somehow. Then we've seen what's happened with Igor Tudor, and now Roberto De Zerbi. So I can see why Robertson would have held off. It was sort of a given. I think that it was, you know, made sense from the player. He wanted to have a proper farewell from Liverpool. They've still got a few things to play for. Obviously, the Champions League might be out of sight, but, you know, they really want to get into the European places to get back into the Champions League. So I could see why they would have kept him. And he was also quite a vital part as the season's gone on. Milos Kerkez wasn't really reliable. But speaking of his leadership, now Tottenham lack a lot of leadership, I think. We've seen by the position they are in the table. I think they lack a certain mentality. I think there's some ability there in the players. But this is what makes But I'm just trying to think. This is what makes the Andy Robertson signing so good. Is because if we think of Roberto De Zerbi, who is now the manager of Tottenham Hotspur, his good sides, whether it be Marseille, Shakhtar Donetsk, Brighton, Sassuolo, they weren't just built up of youngsters like this current Tottenham side is. They brought in some really well, you know, journeymen, some leaders, some mature players who could really, you know, glue the side together. Think about Brighton. We'll use them as an example. So Brighton have always been known for, you know, signing wonders from the Belgian league or across Europe. And they brought them in and they turn them around for £100 million profits. Like, you know, look at Caicedo, who they plucked out of thin air, McAllister, these sort of players. But also in the Brighton team, and the players, some of these players are still there now. You've had James Milner, a Premier League stalwart, a guy who has been there, seen there, done it. Now he's got the most Premier League appearances. You've also seen the likes of Adam Lallana, who is, you know, was really vital to what De Zerbi wanted to implement at Brighton, and Danny Welbeck. You know, so, you know, three really key players who, you know what it means to fight in the Premier League and, you know, really improve the rest of the squad. So I can see Andy Robertson being vital in that sense. So I think it's quite a no-brainer. I've seen a lot of people, whether it be friends like mine, Joe Tomlinson, say that this is a signing that makes sense for Spurs. I think the James Trafford signing is also one that I'd be eyeing up if I was Tottenham Hotspur this summer as a no-brainer if they stay in the Premier League. Obviously, that's the caveat. If they stay in the Premier League. what an incentive now to stay in the Premier League. But, you know, James Trafford, another centre-back would be vital. Left-back would be really, really good, looking at Andy Robertson. And then also a winger, which is a must. So, yeah, I really like the idea of this. I really am warming to the idea of Andy Robertson coming in and really, you know, changing the mentality at Spurs. You know, Ben Davies is probably likely to retire or leave at the end of the season because, you know, his recent injuries set him back. He'll probably go to the Championship, won't he? Wrexham or something, I could see that happening. But, yeah, some positive news, some good news, which is great ahead of what is going to be a vital Premier League weekend. I wanted to react to some other news as well. The Mohamed Kudus injury, I think Tom Barkley tweeted about it yesterday. It was just so annoying. I mean, I went out and put my neck on the line, as I always do, and said that he would be Robert De Zerbi's secret weapon. Yeah, not so good. I mean, it's a secret because we don't know what's the matter with him anymore. It's just another setback for Tottenham Hotspur. And I think our winger situation is something that worries me ahead of this weekend, especially because, like, hopefully Tell's fit and available. I mean, funnily enough, as I'm recording this video, De Zerbi will be doing his press conference for Spurs. And hopefully, you know, this will be the first time we've heard him speak since he's obviously done a few in-house interviews. But hopefully he will come across and answer all those questions and about staying up and the injury records. But from what we've seen, it has been quite positive. The players look like they're accepting him, but the proof will be in the pudding. But, you know, we've got we've got 7 games before we know our Premier League safety. And this Robertson signing would be one, obviously it is one in the summer. It's going to be a massive rebuild in the summer. I can see a lot of players leaving. I can see a lot of players coming in, a big turnover shift at Spurs. But yeah, I really like the idea of the Andy Robertson signing. But you're going to have to let me know in the comments down below. Do you think it's wise to be going for someone like Andy Robertson? Is there anyone else? What sort of signings do you want Spurs to be making under Roberto De Zerbi? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below. And as I said in the intro, if you have enjoyed this, then leave your likes, subscribe because we're on the road to 20,000. Hit the notification bell, hype the video as well because it pushes it round this beautiful algorithm on YouTube. And until next time, guys, up the Spurs, support the boys this weekend. Let's go get a win, our first win in 2026. Can you believe it? See you later. Bye.